Hello everyone, this is Tom Fox and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is an offering of the Compliance Podcast Network. October 31, 2019, the Happy Halloween edition. First up, we will start with congratulations to the Washington Nationals for winning the 2019 World Series, being the first team in any sporting event to win only on the road. So congrats to the Nats. We only have two stories today because they, frankly, were two of the biggest stories over the past several years in corruption. So we're going to focus on them. The first one is Jho Low, the mastermind behind the 1MDB scandal, reached a civil settlement where he agreed to forfeit more than $700 million in assets. As reported by the Wall Street Journal, Low, who is still a fugitive from the U.S. justice system, agreed to forfeit assets that had been subject to U.S. civil forfeiture literally across the globe. The settlement forces Low and his family to relinquish $700 million of ill-gotten gains, which were intended for the use and benefit of the Malaysian people. Clearly, this is a stunning move for this civil forfeiture. It's not clear how he would have fought it, but I think it's a fabulous move by the United States to lead this effort and hopefully remit this money to the government of Malaysia. Federal prosecutors did allow Low to keep $15 million to pay his counsel in this matter, so kudos to the lawyers for getting paid. But still, it's the largest civil forfeiture settlement in the U.S. and represents the voluntary return of each and every asset claimed by the Department of Justice, resolving this litigation in its entirety without an admission of wrongdoing or fault. The agreement did not benefit Low in his criminal trial as he faces cases in both Washington, New York, and of course Malaysia for conspiring to launder billions of dollars in proceeds from the fraud, as well as bribing Malaysian government officials. Our other story today is equally stunning, and that is the guilty pleas from the former CEO and former Chief Operations Officer of Unaoil to bribery and corruption charges, as well as another former executive of the company. These charges, actually, the gentleman pled guilty in March to arranging billions of dollars in bribes to officials in at least 10 countries. The additional official was the former Unaoil business development director who pled guilty in August. With the unsealing of these guilty pleas, it really indicates that the Department of Justice has aggressively prosecuted or at least pursued this case, and it's going to be extraordinarily interesting to see how and what testimony these Unaoil executives bring forward. Since the pleas were made back in March but weren't announced today, obviously there is ongoing cooperation by these three individuals. The countries involved literally were across the globe: Algeria, Angola, Azerbaijan, Congo, Iran, Iraq, Kazakhstan, Libya, and Syria. The offenses occurred from 1999 to 2016 and involved multiple companies and multiple individuals. Unaoil's clients, Unaoil helped clients obtain oil and gas contracts through bribery and corruption. There's long been suspicion of this, and now we have these guilty pleas. The companies that utilize Unaoil all should be rushing to the Department of Justice to self-disclose their relationships if they have not already done so. This is going to be just a stunning array of information. These three senior executives, really the highest level of Unaoil provide. So a really stunning day in the anti-corruption world. Jho Low and Unaoil, it really hasn't gotten much bigger than this over the past few years. Once again, congratulations to the Washington Nationals for defeating the Houston Astros. And as it's October 31, please have a safe Halloween out there. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.